Sicko's Hour special, baby. It always delivers. Kansas State 31, Colorado 28. It was weird. It was drama. It was late night. It was into Sunday morning. I mean, we'll talk about all that right now, but first things first, make sure you are subscribed right here to the On3 YouTube channel. College football, nothing but college football. We were just like y'all, staying up till 1 to 2 8. Whenever it finished, we were up watching and talking about it amongst ourselves. We talk about it on this very channel amongst ourselves as well, so we appreciate you being subscribed. Follow me on the socials, on Instagram and on Twitter, at JD Pickell. Let me know what you thought about yesterday's game, man, because I think, again, the Big 12, from a time slot perspective and from an entertainment value perspective, continues to replace what the Pac-12 left behind. Now, Pac-12 making a resurgence, I get that, but Big 12 After Dark, man, is absolutely fitting into that mold the Pac-12 left behind. As a conference right now, the Big 12 is so fun. We have 5 teams with 1 conference loss. We have 3 teams with 0 conference losses. Translation, we got the Hunger Games, we got anarchy, we got a lot of good football being played, and last night was no exception. We'll talk about Colorado here in a second. Let's start with Kansas State, though, man. I think they were exactly who they needed to be to win this football game. Had to be tough, had to be opportunistic, had to be timely. They were all those things. Was the secondary great all game long? No. Of the issues the secondary has had throughout the year, struggled again. Some of that you charge to the game. You say Shedeur Sanders, I think it's very fair to say he's the best quarterback in college football. Like, went for almost 4 bills last night. He's like that, okay? However, Kansas State gets what proved to be a massive interception in the red zone. Timely, opportunistic, tough. DJ Giddens, man, 7.3 yards a carry. Kansas State just said, hey, listen, we're tougher than y'all. We're more physical than y'all. That's it. Like that. If you're listening on a podcast, there's nothing wrong with your iPhone or whatever you're listening on. Like, that's just the moment of silence that Kansas State provided for Colorado to try and answer that question of, can you stop us in the run? The answer was emphatically no, and they dictated terms on the ground with DJ Giddens. Now, there was much less quarterback run involved in this game than I had anticipated. Some of that could be Avery Johnson getting dinged up in this one. I don't know. But again, when it came to overall toughness and what they had to do to win the football game, dictating terms to Colorado, Kansas State did that. We talked a lot about the game flow. Hey, you can't let Colorado throw haymakers at you early, can't get behind 10 to 14 points. That never happened. Again, they dictated terms to Colorado and left them on the sideline for a good part of this game when it comes to time of possession. Timely. We said that they had to be timely to win this football game. They were. That deep shot to Jace Brown. Now, listen, Jace Brown, too, quick moment here. That guy's a stud. Like, I think that Colorado secondary is pretty decent. Jace Brown is one of the better wide receivers in the Big 12 that does not get talked about a lot, I think, just because of how Kansas State plays football. He's a dude now. Went for over 100 yards last night and had 2 touchdowns, one of which ended up being the game winner. Guy can ball. All right, Avery Johnson, mentioned him. Thought we'd see him more involved in the run game. I think his attitude, his swag, his persona, that's contagious, and Kansas State as a team embodies that with him at quarterback. My guy's over there on the exercise bike taking selfies with the fans. I mean, hey, if you got it like that, do your thing. But I think his team takes on his persona. Like, he throws the pick, and it was costly, man. Like, that was one of those where you're like, is this really how Kansas State's about to lose this football game? Colorado's about to get a tipped pass interception and take it back and score, and that's going to be the game. Comes right back, throws the strike, and ends up ultimately winning the football game because of that deep shot downfield. Just kept swinging. That was Kansas State last night. Just kept swinging. All right, now for Colorado, Shedeur Sanders is unreal. It's like I tweeted this out last night, and I apologize. I was jinxing everybody on Twitter yesterday. I jinxed Shedeur Sanders saying he's unbelievable. You don't have to buy a Shedeur Sanders jersey, but like, if you're a college football fan, man, just like appreciate what he's doing right now, because that dude is special. And then as I tweeted that, he threw an interception. Besides the point, over almost 400 yards, 388, 3 touchdowns. He was willing this football team forward last night. Like, something I probably should have mentioned earlier here, no Travis Hunter for a large portion of this game. Gets dinged up early on in the game. That's the best player in college football. Even more so, your best player on your football team plays both ways. Like, if he plays in this game, Colorado has a very real chance to win. All right, they had a real chance to win without him, but if he's in that game, is he good enough for a 3-point swing? Does he allow that deep touchdown shot to happen? I guess we'll never know, but I think that's probably worth factoring in if you're reassessing this game. Jimmy Horn also not available for a lot of the game. Probably should be noted too, no real run game for Colorado last night. Leading rusher averaged 1.6 yards a carry. Had 11 yards on the ground. Shedeur Sanders did it all by himself last night. All right? I want to say this about Colorado because I think it's important. This is not the same team as we saw last year. They're better defensively. They proved that last night. 4 sacks, interception, better culture, too. Everyone knocks the Colorado culture. They battled last night, y'all. They battled. There are a lot of opportunities to kind of throw in the towel and say, oh, you know what, they're too physical. We're getting run on. Like, that wasn't Colorado last night. So with that being said, I think they are much better and trending upward than they were a year ago. However, I think the formula to beat them is still the same. And people will say we're hating, whatever. Like, do what you want to do in the comment section. We're just telling you what we saw in the football game. The formula to beat them is still the same. Run the football, keep Shedeur Sanders on the sideline, and you have a really good chance to win. Right now, Colorado is better defending the run, but I still think they maybe have some ground to make up. Again, they're improved, much better than last year, but I think what we saw last night is there's still a little bit of a gap between where Colorado needs to be and where they are right now when it comes to competing for and ultimately winning the Big 12 championship. Now, make no mistake about it, they could cover that gap throughout the course of this season. Like, they could make some adjustments and be much better, I think, when it comes to their postseason aspirations to getting to Jerry World. Because, y'all, that was their first Big 12 loss. Like, Colorado is by no means out of the race here. All they have now is, I guess they lost the tiebreaker with Kansas State, but, like, Kansas State could lose another game. Colorado, if you run the table the rest of the way in the Big 12, you should feel more than fine about your chances to end up in Jerry World for the Big 12 title. But again, I think there has to be some improvements when it comes to defending the run. It's not me knocking Colorado, just telling you what I saw, but everything is still on the table for both these teams. Kansas State, massive win for them on the road. If you're Colorado now, got to hit the reset button. A lot of ball left. And the Big 12, just, again, the Big 12 is so fun. So fun. Sickos Hour for all of our college football sickos. Late night. Ball in like the 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. range, depending on where you're living at. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. We appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all making this show what it is, and y'all being awesome, all right? We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling, and we will see y'all next time.